Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be going over this 2024 Ram 2500. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 6.4 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 410 horsepower and then 429 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood itself, you guys can see that it's raised there in the center and then it kind of falls off on either side. And of course, we have the 2500 heavy-duty badges. Now this is a Tradesman package, so we got the base halogen lights. You guys can see the grill's blacked out Ram logo there in the center. And then notice no fog lights. And then you guys can see the rest of the grill here, no tow hooks as well, by the way. And putting it all together, well, guess what? It looks like a Ram truck. Coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275/70/18 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you have the chrome on them. Now here's a quick look at the suspension and shock setup. We do still have a solid front axle, by the way. And then you guys can see the shock setup in the rear with the solid rear axle. And then here is your full side view with the truck. You guys can see this one has the long bed. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function here. Of course, you got the alarm, and then of course, Ram logo. And popping into the back, this is not dampened at all, so make sure you don't just drop it. But yes, we have 8 feet of glory back here. Quite a bit of space, that is for sure. You guys can see nothing else happening back here. No bed liner, nothing like that. But when you're all done, this is light. Got the more baseline taillights here. You guys can see all the chrome badges and then the chrome bumper here as well. Now, towing capacity with the 6.4 Hemi with a proper axle ratio, I mean, you're looking usually between the 14 to 16,000 pound range. And wrapping things up, let me know what you guys think about the looks of the Tradesman. Now, taking a look at the rear door panel, you guys can see, of course, pretty base with the material use. Again, it's supposed to be a work truck at the end of the day. This is gonna be really easy to clean and a lot more durable. And then popping over the seats, you can see the light gray cloth trim, and then we got the under seat storage. The whole seat lifts up, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. And then you've got a flat loading floor in front. Now, being a crew cab, we've got really good legroom. Still not changed for those of you that are wondering. But I mean, it's spacious back here, so no complaints from me. And then you guys can see we've got some vent action here in the back, a little bit of storage in the center. And then headroom back here, it's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel again, basic with the material use. We got all of our window controls. Front two are automatic. Mirror adjustments, you've got that adjustment for the convex mirror. And there's a quick look at the mirrors. This obviously has the new trailer mirrors. And here's your payload capacity, 3,021 pounds. And then taking a look at the seats again, gray cloth trim, all the manual adjustments. Got our light controls right here with our control for the cargo light as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see it's perforated on either side and here at the bottom as well, which is kind of interesting. We do have cruise control as well as our gear limiter, controls for center stack, voice command phone controls, and then no radio controls in the back with this. And we do have our turn signal windshield wiper stock. And here is the gauge cluster. So mostly analog. We do have a little screen there in the center, which we can use to kind of see different bits of info on the truck. Obviously, it doesn't have a ton of miles on it, but apparently we're averaging mid-teens so far. We have what might be the tiniest modern backup camera in the car industry. At least you can zoom in there, and it's got a little line for the receiver hitch. And yeah, as for the rest of the infotainment system, surprisingly, it is a touchscreen. You do have some shortcut buttons here on either side with it. You've got volume tuner controls as well, but yeah, this unit is tiny. Signal zone climate down below, and then you guys can see tow haul mode, stability control, and then we've got our trailer brake controls, dial shifter here with the truck. And then just quickly, really again, basic material use all around. Again, easy to clean, durable, 12 volt at the top. USB action down below, and then you guys can see the extra storage. And would you look at this, we got a 4-wheel drive shifter on the floor, no button. You gotta pull it in the old-fashioned way. That is definitely something that some of you will appreciate. Got some cup holders here and some storage. This is obviously the seat center console thing, so you can pull it up. With the Tradesman, you do not have storage underneath, but you do have this little kind of ledge thing. Also, how are you supposed to sit someone here when you have a shifter there? I guess like short legs and put them off to the side. Anyways, we got a pretty normal glove box. You do have a top glove box, but there's no lid. And then we do have a manual mirror dimmer, and look at this. We have a power sliding rear window. Chevy, take notes. Seriously. So there's quite a bit of glare because it's the middle of the afternoon. Base price $52,825. This has some options added to it, like the Tradesman Level 2 equipment, group, chrome appearance. $59,040 is the total MSRP on this particular truck. So under $60K for an HD. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off in this Ram. I think this is probably going to be one of the first 24 reviews on YouTube. Maybe not the first, but one of the first. Also, just adjusting the seat there. Okay. Also, that's another 24, but that one's like the exact same spec, just granite crystal instead of bright white. Work truck white is what we're in today. Also, I haven't driven a truck with an 8-foot bed in a while. Forgot how long this is. You gotta kind of pay attention where you're turning so you don't clip things on the side. But initially setting off, a little bit of a bumpy right off the bat. Again, we got solid axles, front and rear. But I will say, for an HD truck, pretty dang comfortable. But still feels like an HD truck. But I mean, for like a work truck, this is the life of luxury. I've had the opportunity, by the way, I got to adjust the GoPro a little bit. I've had the opportunity to drive some older work trucks over the years, and I can tell you these modern work trucks, man, they are so much more comfortable. It's just crazy how far the technology, suspension technology has come. But yeah, really good torque out of the 6.4 Hemi. I mean, it's, again, it's not uncomfortable, but like it is a bumpier ride, so you do have to kind of understand that. Again, for an HD truck, steering's pretty direct, but still do get a little bit of vagueness. So it's kind of a thing that happens with these solid axle vehicles. We're getting lucky, maybe. I was gonna say with the green light up here. Yeah, we're getting lucky. We get to just go right through. Never happens. Also, yeah, the steering wheel, I wish it was a little bit more direct. Good torque. Really good torque. Sounds good too. Can't go wrong with the big V8. And the cool thing about these HD trucks is the, you know, obviously they still have emissions they have to, you know, go to, but, you know, they're not as strict as what you have on light duty vehicles in certain ways. In other ways it seems like they're more strict, so it just depends. Also, I hate this turn more than anything else. It's so annoying to have to do. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's see how this, wouldn't call it fast by any means, but I mean, it moves. It gets up and it moves. So yeah, let's sum things up. Exterior wise, I mean, they haven't changed anything. It looks like this looks the same as what it's looked like since 2019, and a lot of the mechanical stuff, right, it's been around for quite some time, which, I mean, some people might complain with that, but others might see that as like, hey, they've had time to work out all the kinks and quirks, and it's gonna be more reliable, right? So there is that benefit. But yeah, I mean, the drive is unchanged. Now with this particular truck, 6.4 Hemi long bed, it's kind of an interesting package. But I mean, obviously the 6.4 Hemi means you're gonna have a lighter truck, so you're gonna have more payload long bed, you can fit more stuff in the bed. So this truck's more about hauling rather than towing. But with that being said, you know, just like every 2500, this still, quote unquote, suffers from the issue of, you know, the multi-link in the back end, right, not being as payload, I guess, ready as leaf springs, right? Leaf springs, you know, you look at the Chevy 2500 and the Ford 250, and those have much greater payload capacities than this. So that is the one downside, but you do have good ride comfort. And that was a horrible parking job. I'll fix it in a second. But you do have good ride comfort with the multi-link setup. So let me know what you guys think about the 2500. It'll be interesting to see if Ram releases a change anytime soon. So obviously what I'm seeing so far is for 2024, it doesn't look like we have any changes coming to the HD trucks. Obviously we'll review more 24s as they come in with the diesels and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we have pretty much a straight carryover from one model year to the next. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know if you think that Ram is still competitive with Ford and with Chevy, or do you think that they need to change things up a little bit so they can be more competitive with both of those automakers.